love project cars. Literally, first time driving the car, drove to work, and on the way home, that's when all the problems started. First, start with a boost leak on the highway, pull over. Obviously, it's that part. So I happen to have some 3-inch clamps from the intake to put on that, so that shouldn't come off again. Then I continue driving. I do one pull and it starts freaking stumbling. EPC lights come on. Freaking engine workshop fault. So then I had to turn it off while still driving about 50 miles an hour and then restart it. EPC light was still on. Then when I got to my next stop sign, I realized I had no brakes. Or pretty much, I had no brakes. I had to pump them. And I did notice, before I lost my brakes, that I smelled something burning. And it was coming from down here. But now, I very well know what it is. It is brake fluid that's burning. And spraying all over the place down here. Because I think I might have blew out one of these seals. And the reason I might have blown one of those seals up is because I think one of my back calipers is sticking. Because I compared the heat of the rotors on each side. The fronts aren't even that warm. I can touch them. And this back one is blazing hot. Like the wheel is even hot to the touch. So definitely having some issues with that left rear. And when I got here, I pushed the pedal down harder and I could hear it creaking in that back one. So I bet I have a seized piston that's probably boiling the brake fluid, which then made it pop up here. Welcome back to another video. It's me, Matt Odell, and my 2.5 GTI. And it's still not running right. So let's talk about it. I know you guys have been expecting some videos of pulls and driving around the road and such, but unfortunately, I haven't gotten that far. I mean, I've driven it a couple times. I have not really pushed it very much because I was still breaking in the clutch. And now that we have the miles on the clutch should be broken in, but we're having clutch issues still. As I explained when I was doing the body prep before the motor went in and how I was replacing all of the clutch hydraulic systems because I was having clutch issues before, well, they're still there. Plus, we have some extra stuff. We got some freeze plugs leaking, so we're losing a little bit of coolant. And a couple of miscellaneous things. I got a battery draw that we're gonna look at as well. So, it's a little cold in my garage today up in Vermont, and winter has begun, so got the heater running. Hopefully it doesn't make too much noise, and let's get cracking into this. So, as you can see right there, that freeze plug is leaking. It's not currently wet, but when I was driving around and stuff, I could see when it was wet. That bolt down there for the intake manifold is also covered in pink antifreeze. Now my only concern is you can see the wetness down there. I don't know if that is residual from this guy or if that's other stuff leaking coolant as well. Now I'm starting to get the feeling that this used engine that I got, I don't think the cooling system was maintained very well, because so far I've had to replace the coolant temperature sensor because it was extremely corroded and coolant was probably leaking through it, so it stopped working. Plus now I got freeze plugs that are going bad and possibly more coolant down there. So I'm just getting the feeling that they probably didn't take care of the cooling system. At least the inside looked pretty clean, so they probably kept up with the oil changes, but probably never did a coolant flush or something. I don't know, but we're gonna pull this intake manifold off. I'm gonna have to disconnect all the injectors and intercooler piping and all that, and then We'll get cracking on getting that guy out. I'll show you what we're gonna do. Got it all buttoned up. I re-bled the clutch. Not sure if you guys saw that. My phone started to die, but manifold's on. Everything's hooked up and tightened. Clutch is re-bled. Alright, I gotta make this super quick because I don't have much storage left. But when I got back, I tried to do a cylinder drop test and realized that the coil packs weren't really held in there very tightly. So I ended up trimming the rubbers. I'm going to switch these for the red tops again. I'd taken these out when I first had the misfire just to make sure it wasn't them. So I've trimmed the gaskets down just a little bit so they seat down further. I also had like some water on some of them and some oil in a couple of them, so I sprayed some brake clean down. I got some paper towels in there soaking it up currently. Then I'm going to put some dielectric grease. I also found oil in some of the connectors. I'm gonna have to reseal the valve cover, I know that much at this point, but I'm gonna put dielectric grease on all the connectors and in the ends of them where they meet the spark plug after I clean everything up, and we'll see how it runs after that. Let's see how it runs now. Cleaned all the coil packs up, changed them out, added some dielectric grease. You can see it right there. tell, if I can get it to focus, there is coolant all over the place still after these couple drives. So, top freeze plug was not necessarily our issue. And it doesn't look like it itself is leaking, but it's getting splashed by whatever is leaking down here, which I have a feeling is that coolant pipe. Right. If I can get a good shot of it. Right there. That coolant pipe. That's what I think might be the problem, but it could also be that freeze plug or the oil cooler or a lot of different things down here. So coolant hunt still continued. Fix some wiring on my O2 sensor, taking a log real quick, and I'm checking my fuel pressure. Let me restart the log because I just stalled. But it is running phenomenal, or somewhat phenomenal. I mean, it's not misfiring anymore on the top end under boost. So I wanted to record a video, take another log while I'm checking the fuel pressure. I can't use my wipers though right now, or else I'll probably fuck up the gauge. I don't want to do that, so. Look at this madman on a fucking. Slight tuning in. Thanks for watching. Hopefully we will see some more of this car very, very soon, now that she is running right. And if you are a 2.5 fan, or a 2.5 boosted fan, or a Volkswagen fan in general, hit that like, hit that subscribe. That lets me know to keep making these videos. And it also tells the YouTube algorithm to show you my videos, and gets me out there a little bit more. Again, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time.